Hello, one of my best podcast playing Shark Riders
Yes.
in English, please.
Z. Oh.
It is. Ah, that was pretty neat. Preferences.
Start.
Oh,
Stop singing, please.
I can't.
Baga seems not to listen.
I need to silence my phone.
There are dark clouds on the horizon and it's sunrise. Baga! Although this time Baga doesn't open his mouth, you think you can hear echoes of the old songs and the noise of the sea. You shake your head.
So you're saying Baka? Is there a problem, brother?
The song! I don't feel like listening to it.
Katy Perry isn't how she used to be.
You look over your shoulder and see the fires on the coast.
Oh,
You imagine your people waiting. You can feel their doubts, their claims, their fear.
good. Take out the headphone. It hurts.
Would it be another girl, Baga?
The priest said it would be a boy.
You float for a while in silence,
Gotta pee.
feeling the ebb and flow of the tide. You think of the charred crib, of how your parents rocked you those nights when you knew the world of nightmares and the power of a lullaby.
Huh.
Is that a gorilla head?
Yes.
You know that if you concentrate hard enough, you can even hear the cry of your brothers who were forbidden to go near the crib.
Oh. Just the cars.
But this doesn't matter anymore. The charred crib disappeared. The foreigners took it in their village rafts.
Huh. Oh.
Make preparations or examine offerings.
Examine. Ah.
You crouch next to the offerings that were loaded into the raft. Bugga notices the expression on your face and smiles.
The old songs only mention the gorilla head.
I don't know what old songs you speak of.
Of a gorilla head.
You know he is right. And you also know why your people loaded the rest of the offerings with gorilla heads.
Oh, that's so weird. It's not because they don't trust your leadership skills. Kuna.
Kuna kuna. You remain silent. You can smell the storm coming. And also the rotting gorilla head on the raft.
Yeah, oh.
Examine sewn cactus spines, the stones with drawings, the green beetle necklace, or the bull roarer.
That one. Yeah.
You pick up the bull roarer and swing it over your head.
Oh.
The wind and the sea drown out the sound of the bull roarer, but after a few seconds you manage to make it prevail.
Oh. What are you doing with that?
Music. Is this what they want? For me to make more noise than the wind and the sea?
Easy, brother.
You swing the bull roarer a few more times and finally throw it. You don't hear the noise it makes when it falls into the sea.
Plop.
An offering for the fish gods.
Oh.
You let out a laugh in which there is no trace of happiness. Make preparations or examine offerings again.
Oh, we could examine offerings again. Let's see. Yeah.
Okay, there's the green beetle necklace, the stones with drawings, or the cactus spines.
Let's go with the other weird one.
One of the things you liked to do the most when you were a kid was look for the marked cacti.
Huh.
Your dad had explained to you that not all cacti allow you to see beyond.
Oh.
You had to pay attention to the signs. Do you remember the time the lekebe bit your ankle?
The lacoon.
Lacane, Laka.
The one who started crying because you thought I was dying was you. Kuna.
The solitary Lacan is a dog that moves away from its pack to live in the desert. It is extremely aggressive.
Oh.
Bites anybody. Attacks anything.
Gorilla head.
It urinates on cacti, and the smell of their urine attracts spotted-legged lizards.
Huh.
The Lacan lion, eats the lizards and the hunting cycle begins again. The bone in your leg was protruding and you were shaking, Baga. With each new cycle, the urine of the thing concentrates more of a substance secreted by the lizard skin. The urine is absorbed by the cactus, which after a time produces thorns with some colored spots and a few long hairs. The signs your dad had taught you to identify.
Are you gonna prick your gums, brother?
Something do not survive more than 10 hunting cycles. The substance ends up driving them crazy.
Huh.
They often die of exhaustion after barking at the sun and the moon nonstop. You turn the sewn spines between your fingers and notice the threads stitched at the base so that the spine does not leak its content.
Leakage.
Prick or leave? Let's see what I'm going to prick.
Oh. Ew. Oh, God.
You prick your gums with the spine and squeeze it. You feel a strong heat at the root of your tooth and you feel the urge to pull it out.
Oh.
But the pain doesn't last long. You throw the empty spine into the sea.
Oh.
How will Daana Koo appear to you now that you pricked your gums?
Daana Koo.
Who? Will it appear as the great beast of the old songs, or will it take another form?
La 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 la.
But no matter what, the clan needs a new charred crib.
Huh. Okay.
Examine?
Examine more offering.
The beetle necklace or the stones with drawings?
Drawings.
You know the drawings on the stones well. You drew it yourself. Your father had told you that these shapes represented the fish gods.
Huh.
Nobody was that good of an artist, so they kind of just look like rocks on rocks. You remember his surprise when you replied that those shapes did not look like fish at all. You were 7 or 8 years old. Your father's bewilderment was followed by another expression, something harder to define.
A feast.
He spat out the sand, made a ball, and asked you to open your mouth. We are sand and we are water. Kuna kuna. Never forget it, he said. What does that have to do with fish? You put a hand around your neck and contain the urge to cough. Even today you can feel the sand in your throat. Shall we play stone skipping, Baga? Baga looks at the sky and scratches his head.
No. We should finish with preparations.
Well, I'll keep throwing things into the water.
Insist.
Insist. I was seeing instinct. Insist!
Yeah.
You choose one of the stones and throw it in his direction. Baga catches it midair and spins it in his hand.
Oh. Just one, brother.
Baga crouches down and throws the stone from behind the body, moving his hand slightly upward as he releases it. The stone travels a certain distance parallel to the surface of the sea. When it finally hits, it bounces 1, 2, 3, 12 times before sinking.
Whoa.
Baga laughs and points at you with both hands. You don't remember the last time you saw him smile like this.
Let's see if this time you could beat me, Kuna Kuna.
You crouch next to the stones and separate 3 in the shape of a disc.
Ooh.
Examine 1, 2, or 3.
Gonna go middle.
You run your fingers over the surface of the stone and you notice a small relief. You lift it up to see it in the light and you notice a small reflection.
Oh. Are you going to take much longer?
You give your brother a crooked look and smell the stone. Ghost algae.
Oh.
You always liked ghost algae. On the surface, they do not exist. They are invisible beings, but at a certain depth, they begin to glow. Keep the stone with ghost algae. Pick a stone or keep examining. Keep that one?
Yeah, he kind of likes it. Why do you keep it? Do you want to sink faster?
The stone has a ghost algae. We use them to search for pearls, remember?
You used it, really? They never did me any good. I was always a better diver than you, Kuna Kuna.
Still, what's with the gorilla head?
Yeah.
Baga was right. The ghost algae ignited at a depth that matched the maximum distance you decided to return to the surface.
Huh.
But Baga could dive a lot deeper than that. You wonder if the ghost algae will help you mount the great white shark. On impulse, you spit on the stone to soften the ghost algae and pull out the knife.
Oh.
You wait a few moments and scrape the stone with a short but firm movement. Once you're done, you tap the knife around the bracelet.
Are you going to throw the stone or not? I don't blame you if you quit. 12 rebounds is a tough mark to beat.
The first or third stone?
Let's go with first then.
You run your fingers across the surface of the stone. You don't notice anything. Keep examining.
So, third.
You run your fingers across the surface of the stone. You notice a small crack on the one side.
Oh.
The other side is perfectly smooth.
Let's go with that one.
Here, learn something from the chief of your clan.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You throw a perfect 14 clear rebounds.
Ooh.
Baga's smile fades for a moment to come back as a misshapen reflection of itself. Why humiliate him? It is... Is it because he's everyone's favorite, or because almost everyone believes he should take your place?
Oh. Next time it should be the chief of my clan, the one who chops off the gorilla's head.
Although you are only a few steps apart on the raft, the space that separates you has never been greater.
Oh.
You decide not to answer. It is not your fault that you have occupied the charred crib, nor is it any merit. You are the first of the brothers and nothing more. The sea rocks the raft. The sky moves as at its own pace.
Now,
examine the last
one.
thing. Green beetles are very easy to hunt. You just have to wait for the horns to grow.
Huh.
Once they reach adulthood, the green beetles emerge from the parched earth and turn themselves in.
Huh.
It is almost as if they wish to transform into an amulet, decorating the neck and wrists of the warriors. Baga notices that you are holding the beetle necklace and nods.
Have you ever seen so many young and hornless beetles? Kuna Kuna.
No, never. You carefully rest the necklace between the remaining offerings. A chill runs through your body. There's no more offerings!
Well, make preparations.
You never liked the songs. You cannot repeat them from memory like Baga. You know that there are people who call you Kuna Kuna the Forgetful. But that's not the issue. You can remember events from the past just like anyone else. What bothers you is the idea of repetition. You are neither your father, nor your father's father, nor you're the father of your father's father. You look at the gorilla's head and feel an emptiness in your chest. You want it to be a gorilla.
Ooh.
Gorilla's head, the inflated torsos, or the ribs.
Head.
Bago was right. You couldn't cut off the gorilla's head with your ceremonial knife.
Huh.
You knew you'll need the head to call Daana Koo, but you weren't able to.
Oh.
The alpha gorilla was tied and unconscious. Every so often he writhed in violent spasms from having eaten the offerings filled with the meat of the marked cactus.
Huh.
Baga stepped forward and slashed his neck while everyone watched.
Yeah.
You wanted to regain a bit of control and sent the rest of the warriors to dismember the old gorillas. Why are there so many gorillas? Even though they did what you asked them, you knew they didn't respect you as their chief. You stroke the gorilla's head and think about how he came to be the leader of the herd. And how did you get to lead your people?
Is everything okay?
No, I'm thinking about a gorilla. You put the gorilla head on its side and check the patch of leather sewn at the base.
Huh.
Yes, everything's fine.
Well, more preparations.
Now for inflated torsos or the ribs.
The ribs.
You lift the 2 ribs and check the sharp stones attached to them.
I use the same knot they used in the old songs.
You feel the firmness of the knot and agree.
Tree.
A train approaches in the middle of the ocean. Thanks, brother. You can't help but think of the gorilla's meat rotting in the sun as the warriors remove the ribs to assemble the ritual tools with which you would mount Daana Koo.
Oh, not cool. Oh, that was quicker. Oh, I was thinking that.
Now for the inflated torsos. You reach one edge of the raft and crouch down. You grab one rope and pull until the inflated torso floats in front of you.
Oh.
You lift it up and bring your head closer. You turn it around. You don't hear any signs of puncture and you put it back in the water.
Huh.
You check a second torso on the same edge of the raft and 2 more of the opposite side. One of the last 2 torsos whistled slightly. You return it to the sea and tie a colored thread on the rope to mark it. So 3 torsos are in good condition. There's one that is deflating. I left it marked. Baga nods.
Note.
He nods. Call!
The Daana Koo.
You tuck both ribs into the sides of your belt and lift the gorilla head above your shoulders. I'm ready, Baga. You drop into the water, hugging the gorilla head. This is your only friend now. You hold on to one of the ropes attached to a floating torso and move your feet to stay afloat. Once you feel that you're in balance, you make a sign to Baga and you let go. With your free hand, you pull one of the ribs out of your belt and find the base of the gorilla head with its tip. You push up and then to the side. You feel how the gorilla's head grows lighter and lighter as the bloody hearts that filled it moments before sink into the sea.
Do you want me to sing the old songs while we wait? Kuna Kuna.
No. Yes? No? Is there a maybe option?
Sure.
You do not know how long it may take for Daana Koo to appear, and you prefer not to have to face the science of waiting. Okay, Baga. You don't know if it's because of the imminence of the rite or because of having pricked your gums with cactus spines, but this time your brother's voice transports you to another time. A time when Walla, one of the great leaders of the past, not only managed to mount Daana Koo in the middle of the terrible storm, but also received the approval of the gods to form in the form of a lightning bolt.
The Dishwalla.
Still paying attention to the sea, you listen and wonder how Walla had managed to tire Daana Koo out and avoid the depths of the ocean. Every time the shark dived, Walla would count to 20 and pull the snout. Every several repetitions, Daana Koo wouldn't go down beyond that point artificially defined by Walla because it knew the pull would come. And it is there holding the gorilla head and listening to Baga sing the old songs that a moment of clarity overwhelms you. Why am I doing this in the middle of the ocean with a gorilla head? Repetition is a chimera, a simple form of domination.
Kuna Kuna. Daana Koo.
What are you speaking? Baga points to your right and you can see the huge fin coming towards your direction. You move the gorilla head a bit, making sure you are at arm's length.
Good.
You hold your breath and wait for the exact moment to make that move that all the children of the village learned before their 3rd drought. The same movement that amazed the visitors who arrived with their village. Rafts and took away the charred crib. The fin disappears for an instant. You mentally start to count to 5, but the effect of the sewn spines makes your current notion of time different from normal.
Oh.
You are still going for 3 when Daana Koo's huge mouth violently emerges from the water, first engulfing the gorilla head and then closing violently around your neck.
I need 1 to 4. Alright.
Want to go for another one or just...
Well, it's mostly skipping. Ah.
Plus, I don't think there was like any save function.
Well, let's prep it up then.
You know that Baga is right, and you wonder why you are delaying the moment of the right.
Huh.
You think you know the answer, but you prefer to think of something else.
I think it's a stone one. Oh.
I think so. That was a long story.
Well, let's leave the spine.
You put the spines aside.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, now's the call upon it.
Okay, we're in the middle of the ocean again.
Hold it. Torsi.
You feel the balance, the free hand, push the thing, sing. Do you want to sing? No.
No.
Baga insists.
Are you sure? There's much to learn from the past.
Well, last time I didn't even hear you. Answer yes, you're sure. Or answer that it's okay, he can sing.
Oh. Yeah, sure.
So, sing or sing?
It's the bottom one, let's see.
You don't know if it's because the immense... that stuff again.
The Daana Koo.
Well, this time I'm not on drugs.
Yeah.
Holding a gorilla head, Chimera,
There's a cool.
move the gorilla head, then disappears.
Oh, there we go.
You mentally count to 5 and kick your legs with a quick hip twist just as Daana Koo's huge mouth violently emerges from the water and engulfs the gorilla head. For a brief moment, you're on the shark's back. You drive the rib into the side with all your might and hold on to the bone with both hands.
Oh, cool.
Daana Koo dives in and you manage to balance on its back. You release one hand, pull the second rib out of your belt, and pin it on the other side just behind the gill slits. With both ribs in place, you know that Daana Koo's death is only a matter of time.
Cool.
Daana Koo keeps going down. You are not sure how long it was, though. And how could you be... Daana Koo's speed suddenly engulfed by the ocean.
Cool.
You pull on both ribs and get on one knee to lift the shark's snout. Daana Koo swims upward and finally comes out of the water with a spectacular leap. You rush for air before Daana Koo dives back in. You know that you cannot lift the snout as soon as the descent begins because the effect could be the opposite of what you were looking for. The key is to tire Daana Koo out at the same time as you create cycles where you pull the snout at a specific depth. Or at least that's what Wallow did based on the old songs that sing his feats.
Oh.
Do you remember it was 10 or 15?
I think it was 10. Let's go with 10 then.
You decide to count to 10, but you start from 3 because of the time you wasted making a decision. Was the compensation enough?
Oh.
With so many doubts, you forgot where you were going. There's no other way to calculate depth. You feel like you're short on breath. You use your supporting knee and try to repeat the movement to lift the shark snout and reach the surface, but this time the force is not enough. You lose consciousness and let go of both ribs. You sink into the sea and Daana Koo, mortally wounded, is lost in the distance, ending 1 of 4.
So why is that still ending 1 of 4?
I think it would have been 2, but I guess the other ones are different because I think you were supposed to get the thing from under the rock so that you can see how deep you were.
Oh, yeah.
Good right here.
It's a couple other things, but yeah, let's go. See you guys.
Bye.
That was interesting.